Hello and welcome to the Discover History channel. Please make sure that you subscribe to it, and if you get a chance, go on Facebook and Twitter and you'll be able to find us on there. Make sure you share as well, that's the important thing. Let's see these videos get shared all over the place. Obviously today's Mother's Day, a very important day obviously, and I don't know if anyone else has done it, but myself and Helen specifically didn't go and see our mothers on Mother's Day, and hopefully you took the same advice. Very important to stay clear of people, especially if they've got any underlying medical problems or are a certain age. So both Helen and myself both stayed away. So to our mothers that I'm sure are watching this, happy Mother's Day. Now, we had some very good poems the other day for World Poetry Day. Ian Riley, absolutely fantastic. I had heard that poem before, but very good that you shared it amongst this channel. There was also a fantastic one by Rebecca Swinburne, and we absolutely loved that one. If you go on our Facebook wall, you'll be able to see the video on there. We also had one of our clients send us a poem, which is Chertsey Museum, which unfortunately, like many of the attractions at the moment, have closed. And Chertsey sent us this one, which we thought was quite funny as well. So we're going to read this one out. There was an old lady from Chertsey who made a remarkable curtsy. She twirled round and around till she sank underground, which distressed all the people of Chertsey. And I don't know about you, but it made me laugh. And I'm sure Helen was laughing at that one as well. Now, it is Mother's Day, and Mother's Day has always been an important day. In theory, if you go back in history, Mother's Day was a time where, in theory, you go and see your mother, or more importantly, you go to your mother church, which in theory is the church that you were baptised in. My church is St Barnabas Church, just on Green Lane, well, between sort of Green Lane and Church Lane, in the just off Aswood Road is the road I'm thinking of. I don't go to that church anymore because I'm away from that church, but that was my mother church. So in theory, if I weren't isolating as such, I could have gone to that church, and it was an important day. A lot of people would go to their mother church, the church that we were baptised in, and just say prayers or go there before visiting a parent. Simnel cake and mother buns or mothering buns were also two other very traditional things that were given out at this time on Mother's Day. Simnel cake actually is often associated with Easter as well, which is the famous marzipan cake, very, very sweet. Unfortunately, I'm not a fan of marzipan, so Simnel cake to me, not a very good one. I'm told the best Simnel cake is those made by the volunteers at St John's Church. We do a monthly talk at that church, and St John's Church puts on an amazing spread of cakes. They do hundreds and hundreds of cakes. Unfortunately, like many other things, our talks at St John's Church have been postponed at the moment. When they start up again, please do try and come. We've got a bit of a history club there, and people go and they listen to a talk, and they also get tea and cake, and it's fantastic cake. I'm told, like I said, the best Simnel cake in Worcester, maybe even in the Midlands or even in Britain, was made by the volunteers at St John's Church. So a little hello to those at St John's Church. Hopefully you're listening to this and you're watching it, and you're going to share it and subscribe. Now, we are going to do all sorts of things on this channel. We will give you interesting facts, for example, Mother's Day. We will also keep you entertained. You may even see one of our past characters. Maybe Florence Nightingale is lurking somewhere. Maybe even Guy Fawkes. But we're also going to give you advice and interesting things to do, especially for children. So if you've got children at home or know there's children at home from school, make sure they tune in as well, because we've got all sorts of things we're going to do. Now, that leads us on to tomorrow. tomorrow we need you to obtain a few things. So I need you to obtain, first of all, a ruler. I have lots of rulers, by the way. I've got a fantastic ruler, which is a ruler of rulers, which has got all the kings and queens. This is my prehistoric, if not earlier, ruler. I have many historical rulers, trust me. Helen will tell you I've got lots. So you need a ruler. You also need a pen, maybe even a felt tip pen, any type of pen, but a good pen that you can draw lines with. You will also need a sheet of A4 paper. If you want to get any bigger paper, you can. It's completely up to you. But A4 is something you've probably got knocking around at home. You will also need to get 2 other coloured bits of paper. Now, this is going to be important because we're going to be making a game, a very old game tomorrow. Helen will probably join me. We're going to tell you how to make it. And then we want you to have a go at it whilst you're off from school. Now, we know a lot of school children are still doing lessons. So make sure when you stop at the designated time, for example, you've had all your lessons at home from your teacher in the morning. At the time, you're going to have a sandwich or maybe even something a little bit better. When you do that, have a little break. Have a little break. Maybe go outside in the garden or have a go at making the game we're going to show you how to make. Very important. It's an old game, a very old game. Some people say it's Roman, maybe even earlier. It was definitely played with in the Middle Ages. There's a lot of these games around, but we're not going to spoil it. But you need a pen, a ruler, a sheet of A4 or bigger, and then 2 different coloured sheets of paper. If you don't have 2 different coloured sheets of paper, you can use just more white paper and maybe a bit of packaging, anything really. All you need is those 2 colours because you're going to need counters for 2 people. So it's very important to have those. So it is Mother's Day. So once again, happy Mother's Day, especially to myself and Helen's mother. But happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. And also, I must say, I need to salute everyone that's helping out with the NHS. Schools across the country are still open to a certain degree, mainly teaching children whose parents are working in important areas, for example, the NHS. So if you are still going to school, I salute your parents for carrying on, keeping calm and carrying on. Anyway, I've been Paul from Discover History. Come and see us tomorrow, but make sure ruler, pen, A4 paper or bigger, and 2 different coloured of paper, because we're going to be making something and we want you to make it. Have fun whilst you're not at school, or if you've got a break from your studies. Anyway, stay safe everyone. Happy Mother's Day and see you soon. Bye.